So today I want to talk to you about what I believe is the number one thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful people. It's just one word. One word separates successful people from unsuccessful people. John Maxwell has been talking about this word. He has been beating it to death the last several months. I'm beating it to death. If we can just get everyone on the planet to get serious about this one word, I swear the world would be a better place. You would live your dreams, I would live my dreams, and the world would be happy. There would be world peace. No, not really. I don't know if that can happen. Do you guys want to know what that one word is? Of course you do. I just hyped it up like crazy, right? That one word is intentional. Intentional. If you could just be intentional with whatever you're doing in your life, I always say true leadership applies to every area of life. If it doesn't apply to every area of life, it's probably not leadership, it's probably management, right? Because the way you would treat a product is not the same way you would treat a person. Products need managed, people need leadership, okay? And leadership applies to everything in life. And if you could just be intentional, I swear to you, you could be successful at anything. I learned like 4 different instruments when I was between 15 and 22. Not because I'm incredible as a musician, but because I sat and practiced for hours till my fingers bled. Right? I'm on a stage here speaking today because I've spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours practicing the art of speaking and communicating. Anyone can be good at anything if they just become intentional. How many of you wake up in the morning and say, if there's time today, maybe I'll squeeze in a workout? Does anybody say that? Maybe a few people if you're really new at this. But if you figure it out very much, you know you've got a game plan. I mean, you know the exact time in the day that is like your sweet spot, right? You get them yellow fingers? Yeah? For me, I worked a day job from like 7 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon for like 9.5 years. Every single day, as soon as I got home from work, I got them yellow fingers. Now for a long time it was E&E, we didn't really get yellow fingers. I don't know what, I think Energize, I think they did it on purpose. Because it's really cool, right? It makes for like really good posts on Instagram when everybody's got their yellow fingers. And people who aren't Beachbody coaches are like, dude, what's up with the yellow fingers? It looks like you're just doing drugs. And they just like put yellow. I mean, it is drugs, you're right. It's drugs. I love legal drugs like Energize and coffee. Isn't that great? But you have a very specific game plan. I'm talking, like, some of you, like Brittany, she is so amazing at working out when kids are going crazy. That doesn't happen with me. I'm doing Body Beast, well, when I'm not falling off benches. Some of you have seen that video. When I'm not falling off benches, and my kids come in, and I'm like in the middle of like lifting with Sagi, I'm like, get out of here, right now, Dad's lifting. I get frustrated because you get that energized in you and you get that blood flowing, you know, and you just like get into that mode. Like I know I'm a scrawny dude, but I still get into that mode. I'm like, I gotta kill this thing, right? And then the kid comes in, he's like, I want fruit snacks. You get out there and you fix your own fruit snacks, okay? They come in a plastic bag, you just rip it open and eat. Why do you need me in the middle of my workout on set 3 to open fruit snacks?
So true.
I'm not very patient. Like, please, please, please pray for my wife. If you believe in prayer, pray for my wife. I'm really good at like speaking, not so good at always at listening, okay? But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, okay? So, here's the thing. About 4 or 5 years ago, every single Saturday morning, man, Carl was talking about them infomercials. I used to watch those every Saturday morning. I watched Tony Horton. Back before there was 21 Day Fix, before there was size, before there was all this like cool stuff, it was just Tony Horton offering to kick your butt for an hour every single day. Who wants in? Yeah. I'm just like, I want to do that, man. I want to get my butt kicked for an hour every single day. That sounds incredible. It's weird. I used to play football. They do weird things to our minds in football. They convince us that getting your butt kicked is like the coolest thing ever. And when you're a little guy, you better believe it, right? And so, this guy, you're gonna hate me, I'm sorry. This guy gave me burned copies of P90X.
No, he didn't.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. What's worse is I bought P90X2 off of Amazon.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Since then, I've bought like 3 programs.
Okay.
Like legit, from my beautiful coach. She's my wife. Okay. I know you're like, what? But here's the thing. When I did P90X, I did it like 2 or 3 times. I did P90X2, 2 or 3. How many people have done P90X2? Lift your hand, because there's only like 10 of us on the planet. Everyone's like, what's P90X2, right? Because then P90X3 came out. It's 30 minutes a day, which is cool, right? But come on, P90X2, you have to be like Spider-Man, right? And weird pull-ups and stuff. So I did those programs so many times. Okay, I'm a little dude, you can all tell that. Weighed about 148 pounds. I think I went up to like 155 the first round. And I stayed at 155 forever. Like, forever. Now, I did the workouts every day. I could do so many push-ups. I could do so many pull-ups. I could do, like athletically, I felt great about myself. But you know what I really wanted? I really wanted to put on some muscle. I wanted to look like Judd, man. Is Judd not a good-looking dude, man? Oh, man, he looks great next to just about anyone but Sagi. So
true.
I'm trying to put on muscle, man, and it's just not happening. I'm stuck at 155 forever. I know, all the women in the room hate my guts. I'm sorry, but please, I'll get to a point that'll help you, I promise. And so here's the deal. Then my wife tells me there's this program called Body Beast.
Oh, yeah.
And it's put on by former Mr. Israel. He doesn't speak very good English, but he can help you work out and put on muscle. And I'm like, dude, I am all in. Okay? So we ordered Body Beast. I got it in. By this time I was doing Shakeology. You can't get that off Amazon. Well, maybe you can. I don't know. No. And so I'm doing Body Beast, and I'm like, here's the deal. This time I'm going all in. Because I really want to put on some muscle. I don't want to be the scrawny dude no more. I want to put on some muscle. So here's what I did. You want to hear something magical that I did? I know there are no magic pills, you know Carl was saying that kind of like as a joke. There's no magic pills, you can't take like one pill unless it's steroids and get really big. But I did something magical. You don't know what I did? For the very first time of working out for like 5 years doing Beachbody programs, I did this really cool thing. I opened the meal guide.
Hallelujah!
What is this? This has recipes in it? This is food I'm supposed to eat? Like, I thought you were just supposed to eat like 20 pieces of pizza and a tub of ice cream every day, and that's how you gained. So I opened up the meal guide. Greatest decision I've ever made, other than marrying my wife and having awesome children. And you know what? 90 days later, I had put on 15 pounds of muscle. What? I know it doesn't look like it. I'm telling you, I used to be really skinny. I'm really skinny, okay? And so here's the thing. What I learned was really cool stuff happens when you get intentional about the process. You see, I was working out every day, and I was kicking butt, man. I was like killing it. I didn't even have E&E back then, so we were too poor. I was just doing it, man. Sometimes I had energy drinks. But I was just doing it, and I was killing it and was not seeing the results I wanted. How many people in here in 2015, as far as your energy level and your activity level, feel like you absolutely killed it, but the results were just not really what you wanted? Raise your hand. Some of you are lying to me because I've seen you on team calls and I've seen you raise your hand.
Yeah.
So many people in this company, but really in the world, every single day are waking up and busting their butts for results that are just kind of subpar. And don't get me wrong, the good results are happy with them, but they're not excited about them. There's a really big difference between getting something here. That's pretty nice. And dang, that was awesome, right? Oklahoma, every once in a while when the sun goes down, I'm like, that's pretty nice. I come to California, and I just look out the window, and that's pretty awesome. It doesn't look like this in Oklahoma, if you've never been there.
Huntington Beach, baby.
That's right, Huntington Beach. And so the difference is being intentional. And so today, here's what I want to do. I'm going to do a speed round, okay? Because I know that everyone in here is at a completely different level in their business. And I love that we called everyone up to the front earlier, because it kind of proved a few of my theories about where people get stuck in their business. See, what I like to do is I'm an outsider looking in. And I'm constantly looking for the holes and the struggles, the similarities that people are having. If you do the same thing on your own team, I swear it will change your life. Be constantly listening. I know I joked about being a bad listener, but I'm a good listener with my clients, just not so much with my kids sometimes. If you're constantly listening, you can learn so much about people and how to help people without even opening your mouth. Because you're constantly hearing their struggles and their problems and their situations, and you're going, wait a second, I heard all of this just the other day with someone else. And then you're talking to someone, wait, apparently everyone on my team is struggling with this one thing, and I never even realized it. I've never even done a team call on that topic. I wonder why everyone's struggling with that same thing. And so today I want to run through 3 specific places that people are at in their business and what they struggle with in that specific spot. The one thing, maybe 2 or 3 things that are keeping you from going to the next level. How many people want to go to the next level? Yeah! Come on, make some noise, because I know you want to go to the next level. I want to go to the next level. Let's go there together, okay? So let's start off with beginning coaches, or maybe coaches who have been a coach maybe for a little while, but you still haven't found that momentum, okay? Coach level, some people that are emerald. Now, there's emeralds that are brand new emeralds. There are emeralds that have been emerald for like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years sometimes, okay? Here's the main struggles they're having. Daily motivation, right? How many times, if you're a leader and have a big team, do you hear people say, I just can't get myself motivated, I don't know what it is, I can't find it, right? That's the number 1 thing they're struggling with. Number 2, obviously, confidence. Number 3, making their business a priority. Can I tell you what you need to be intentional about if you want to take your business to the next level? It's very, very simple, but it's not easy, like Carly says. Carly had to peace out, but it's very simple. You ready for it? Number 1, be a product of the product. Drink that Shaco every single day. Work out every single day. And come on, while you're doing it, take a picture. Okay? Just take a picture. We all love to take pictures of our dogs, our kids. We're embarrassed to take a picture of ourselves. Come on. None of us are so cool that we can't post a stupid picture of ourselves. Okay? I posted a video of myself falling off the bench. Everyone's going to go be my Facebook friend when we're done with this, because you're going to want to see the video of me fall. Am I right?
Oh, yes,
I didn't screw in the pin all the way because I was being lazy. Sageet's just pulling the pin, and he's like, whoa, look at this. And I'm like, tightening it, pausing, and tightening. I'm like, screw this, I ain't tightening this crap. And then, got it on video, though. Because my wife's a Beachbody coach, so I video things, right? And now I got thousands of views on my page. Take a picture, okay? Number 2, thing you need to do. If you want to take your business to the next level, invite. Kind of getting the gist here. If you're not getting the gist yet, this is why you're struggling. Number 3, personal development. If you would do those 3 things every single day, I swear your business would grow. Now that sounds so simple, and some of you, I'm going to tell you right now, this is what you're struggling with if you have not been able to get beyond emerald because you've been stuck there for a long time. You are looking for every single way in the world to avoid invite. Right? Coach Tulin's like, yes, I know that. You've created websites. You have YouTube pages, you do Periscope, you do, I'm going to make up some stuff over here. You do like 20 different things and never send someone an invite. Because you're looking for a way around it. Can I just tell you something? I'm not a Beachbody coach. I'm on the John Maxwell team. Had to grow my business from scratch, just like you did. John Maxwell didn't say, here's 100 new clients. Go make a lot of money, Josh. He said, here's all the training. Now, go do it, man. The same way I built my business is the same way you built your business. When I started hearing about the 3 vital behaviors, I was like, that's not fair. Nobody told me that. I wish someone would have told me about 3. Because I'm telling you right now, the way I grew my business from scratch was just messaging people. Offering them a free call. Saying, hey, would you like to talk to me? I'd love to talk to you. Some of you in here, in the last year, probably got a message from me. And you probably ignored it. And now you're sorry that you ignored it, and that's okay. We're still friends. I still like you. I get it all the time on team calls. They're like, you messaged me like 6 months ago. I'm like, sorry, I don't do that anymore. I'm just playing. So you have got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? Now, when I said how many of you are intentional about your workout and have a workout routine, I saw heads in here like, yeah, I am. Yeah, that's me. I got that sweet spot. I got the yellow fingers, and I go, go, go. Now, sometimes I might miss a day or two. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm pretty consistent, right? Why? Because you've learned that the only way to be the best husband, the best wife, the best person is to take care of yourself. Am I right?
Yep. Absolutely.
You want to know how to build your dreams? Take care of your business. Very few people in here would call in sick on a regular basis to a day job. There's so many Beachbody coaches calling in sick 3 or 4 times a week. Your business, guys, this is your future. This is your goals. This is your dreams, and you're calling in sick because your throat's tingly. Now, I know that's kind of funny, but it's really not. We find so many excuses to skip a day of our business when our entire life and future depends on it. And if you've read The Compound Effect, if you're a Beachbody coach, I know you've read The Compound Effect. You know that it's not about working 20 hours a day. It's about working every single day. Am I right?
Yeah. You're right. Amen.
Do you want to go to the next level? Do your 3 vitals every single day. Get intentional about it. Write this down if you're in this category. Schedule a time in the day to get your business yellow fingers. Write it down. Find your sweet spot. It doesn't matter where it is. To be honest, mine's at like 10 o'clock at night. I love nighttime. Kids are in bed. Some of you work great with distractions. I don't. I am a distraction. Okay? I have to find a time in the day where everyone else is quiet and my brain works. Whatever that is for you, it doesn't matter. You say, Josh, I don't have a time in the day. I don't care. Find one. Make one if you have to. This is your future we're talking about. Right? This is your kids' college tuition we're talking about. You say, well, I don't want to be selfish. Then stop putting off your business. That's the most selfish thing you could do, is not create a future for your family. Some of you got kids running around and you're like, well, I don't want to ignore them to create a business. Well, that's great. You can just ignore their future because that's a really good parent, right? As adults, it's our job to decide what's best for the future, not what feels good today. Now, I'm not saying abandon your kids, okay? But your kids can watch a cartoon for 30 minutes for you to send out a couple of invites. Get intentional, okay? So now we've got this next level. And this is, how many rubies did we have in the room? I know there's only like a couple, right?
5 or something.
5-ish, which is very, very normal, okay? But then we had like a half a room full of diamonds. How'd it go? We had a half a room full of diamonds. And I would guess that most of them were not brand new diamonds. I would guess that a lot of them have been stuck at diamond for several months and have actually gone in and out of diamond several times. Why? Because this is the next hump we have. You've gotten really, really disciplined about your business and doing your 3 vital behaviors. You've gotten very intentional about making that happen, running challenge groups, filling challenge groups. And you've recruited just enough people to hit that diamond level, right? You found just enough people that wanted a discount on their Shaco, and a few people that wanted to go emerald. But then you churn it off too soon. You make that surge to get to diamond. And then you get there and you go, this is great. diamond. This is like where it's at, where king's up here, queen's up here. And it is an incredible accomplishment. I don't want to like downplay diamond because it's amazing. But it's not the end of the road. It's just a start, guys. So how do you get beyond diamond? The same way you got to diamond. You want to go beyond if you're stuck in that area, and not everyone even makes it to diamond before they get stuck. Some people get stuck around ruby-ish level or in between. In other words, if you're someone in this room that sells challenge packs and you hit Success Club regularly, but you're not regularly rank advancing, the number one thing you need to become intentional about is recruiting. That's it. It boils down to that. Some of you, and this is, I see two common problems in this area. Is that number one, you recruited, you hit the surge just to get there, and then you're so relieved that you got there, you get and you hang out. And you kind of like, you just get comfortable. No one ever became successful being comfortable, guys. You want to be successful in life? Get really comfortable being uncomfortable. Right? Yeah. Nobody ever lost weight being comfortable. And if they did, it was on those like HCG things, and they gained it back like 3 weeks later, right? I probably should throw out names like that. Periscope down here. The RQS things that you put in your body. So you have got to decide you're going to be just as devoted and just as motivated to get to 2-star as you were to get to diamond. And you've got to just dig those heels in and say, I'm going to do whatever. How many of you in this room, you just went all out? I mean, you like went into like game mode to get to diamond. Raise your hand. You've got to find it again. Diamond's not the end of the world, it's the beginning. Dig deep into your why. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? What does your family need? Where do you want to go? What do you want life to look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? I can almost guarantee it doesn't look like what it looks like now. I hope it doesn't. Even if you're, I almost said 20-star, sorry. Even if you're 15-star, I hope life still doesn't look the way you want it to look. We should always be growing. Always. Look ahead to where you want to be. Where do you want to be a year from now? Get intentional about making that happen. And so many people say this: I can't find anybody who wants to work the business. I told you I knew this business, right? I can't find anybody that wants to work the business. Do you know why? Your problem isn't that you haven't found enough people that want to work the business. Your problem is you just haven't found enough people, period. Find 100 people that will sign up as Beachbody coaches, and you'll no longer have a problem of, I can't find anybody that wants to work the business. Then we'll talk about what your problem will be here in a second. But you'll get a new problem. New problems are a good thing. That means you're growing. If you've been stuck with the same problem for a long time, it's time to get out of your comfort zone, okay? So go to the next level. Stop complaining about people not wanting to work the business. Chances are they signed up as a discount coach, and you're mad at them that they don't want to sell anything when they told you they didn't want to sell anything. Keep finding more people. Because you never know which person is going to want to work the business and have their life change forever. There's no way of knowing. I have some people I signed on as one-on-one clients that honestly, I was like, this person is going to freaking rock it. And then like 2 months later, they're like, I don't think I really want to do this anymore. I'm like, what? And then I have some people that I was just like, I don't think this person even really has it in them. And then they blew up, like out of nowhere. We suck, guys, all of us. We suck at deciding who's going to stick with it and who's not going to. Right? How many people have you been like, this one right here, they're gonna be the next level coach right here. And then a month later, their Facebook profile is somehow gone. And so is their Instagram profile. Apparently, they like got taken up in a UFO or something because you cannot find any traces of this person. And then there's this other random person that became a freaking rock star that told you from the beginning Shakeology was a scam. I mean, that's how it works. Ask Brittany. She thought Shakeology was a scam. And then she got up on the stage today as a top 10 coach. Give one more hand for Brittany. recording me. I'm embarrassing her on social media right now. I love it. So you've got to be intentional about recruiting. How do I become intentional about recruiting, Josh? Talk about it more. Okay? You're not just a person that works out every day. You're a person who has a business. And you want to help other people have a business and create a life by design. You say, but Josh, I don't buy brand new forerunners with cash like Megan E will. What am I supposed to talk about? You talk about whatever Beachbody has done for you. Anytime someone's struggling, I'm talking about the business. I love this question. It's so much fun. I say, what was your life like before Beachbody? I was depressed. I was struggling. I had health issues. I had marriage issues. I had everything issues. What's happened since Beachbody? I feel good. I look good. I enjoy life. Everything's good. Well, that's a pretty awesome post for social media, I would say. But your problem is you are constantly undermining your own success because you're comparing yourself to people that are more successful. I always tell myself this: do not let other people's success become condemnation. Allow it to become motivation. When I look at John Maxwell, I don't get onto myself for not having wrote 80 books on personal development. I say, dude, if you wrote 80 books, I bet I can find a way to write 80 books. I can do it. They're going to make me suck, but I don't care. I'll write 80 books. I'm going to do it. In fact, I just finished a book. I'm waiting for it to come back right now. If you go to joshuacoates.com, you can get my free book for free. I'll tell you that now because I don't forget about it. Because my notes are on that phone that Molly's holding right. It's okay. No, it's okay. I don't need them. We're just rolling with it. So, anyways, let's go to the next level, okay? You've recruited like crazy. You've got that down. And now you're somewhere, I'm ranging here. This isn't exact for everyone. You're somewhere between 2-star and up, okay? And now you've got this new problem. Josh, I'm so motivated. I'm so excited. I'm just like all in. But no one else is. Everyone else is just like, team page is crickets. I mean, I can't help, I feel like I can't help anybody. Do you know what you got to become intentional about? Obviously, I'm going to say leadership. You guys knew that was coming, right? But I want to go a little bit deeper than just leadership. Because that's such a broad subject. That's why John Maxwell has 80 books. You have got to become intentional about mentoring. Mentoring people. Not enough people in this business are intentionally mentoring. I'll tell you how mentoring usually goes down. You're a coach, you're doing great, you have someone else that messages you, says, hey, I suck, I need help, what do I do? You answer back. And then you don't hear from them for a while. But then they message you again, and they're like, I need help, I suck, what do I do? And you answer. That's not intentional mentoring. That's just answering questions. Too many times we think that being a leader, being a mentor, being a manager, boss, please don't ever use the word manager around me, I hate it, but we see that as someone who answers questions. I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough. You cannot spend enough time in the day answering questions to get people where they need to go. You have got to pick a handful of people, and you got to take them by the hand. And you got to walk them to the place they said they want to go. Now, the very last part of the statement is very important. The place they said they want to go. Too many people complain about not having people that are motivated. And then I ask them, this coach that you're struggling with, where do they want to go with their life? I don't really know. Well, then where are you taking them? If you don't know where someone wants to go, you're not motivating them, you're manipulating them. The only true motivation is finding out where someone else wants to go and then helping them get there. So how do you mentor? Well, chances are the place they want to go is somewhere they're currently at. You just help them get there. And let me break it down for example. I want to make this so easy. Okay? I want to make this the easiest thing in the world for you to understand. Because every single person in this room is already trained in mentoring, and you just don't know it. I always tell people that our biggest struggle as human beings is that we forget to apply what we learn in one journey in life to the other journeys. People struggling with their business to stay motivated on a daily basis. Why? Because they didn't take what they learned on their health journey and apply it to their business journey. People that are struggling to move past diamond. Why? To take the principles they learned about hitting Success Club and apply it to recruiting. People having trouble with leadership. Why? To be honest, it goes all the way back to being a newbie coach. When you were a newbie coach, I hope that you were trained to do this. I'm not a Beachbody coach, and I know this, okay? Because I've heard enough people say it. So if you don't know it, take notes about how to do a Beachbody business, okay? This should be what you get like the first month of your business. But I know not everyone has a great upline, and that's okay. But when you are a coach, you should know that when someone wants to enter into a health journey, however you want to say that, the first thing we say is, what are your goals? Right? We don't say, oh, there's this new program out, it's called Hammer and Chisel. You can work out with this Israeli dude, and you can work out with Autumn, she's awesome, and you can like jump over a bench for a whole minute and get crazy tired, and like, it's really hard to sit on the toilet the next day because like your booty hurts so bad. Okay, sorry, that's my own personal experience. You don't say any of that, do you? You say, I would love to help you on your health journey. Would you mind telling me about some of your goals so I can make sure I find the right thing for you? Wow. How do we mentor people? I'm so glad you want to go all in on this coaching journey. Could you tell me a little bit more about what you want that to look like for your business? So I can make sure I give you the proper help. That's the first step, okay? Then, when someone does answer, and they do respond, you get them the right product. You answer their questions, right? As a leader, you need to get the answers to their questions. That was one of the things about mentoring, but it's not the whole thing, okay? And then someone buys something from you. What do? Do you say, like Carl was talking about, the salesperson, thanks for buying, I'll check in with you a month. No, we don't do that. The gym come on, let's just not joke about gyms today, okay? What do? You get them in a daily accountability group. Accountability? Now, we hear about that all the time in the health world, but I rarely hear that word in the business part of the world. Am I right? So, the next step, you know where they want to go. Now you've answered their questions on how to get there. Now let's set up some accountability. Let's find out, okay, I helped you come up with a game plan. If you want to get from point A to point B, this is what you need to do. Now let's check in on a regular basis and make sure you're actually doing that, right? And then when someone is amazing in our challenge groups, when they're just killing it, I think someone even said this on the video earlier. What do? You reach out to them. You would make a great coach. You realize that? You're already doing everything that I do, but you're just not getting paid for it, right? So the next level is, you know what? You're doing such an awesome job at this business. Like, you're rocking it. I don't even have to check in with you every single day. I'm not saying you check in with 1,000 coaches every single day, okay? Please hear me out on that. But you're doing this thing every single day. I think you'd make a great leader. Would you like to help me do the things that I'm doing? Would you like to learn how to mentor your own people? Would you like to learn how to run your own challenge groups? Would you like to learn how to run your own coaches, webinar, sneak peek, whatever your team calls them? Now that sounded stupid, Josh. That's the easiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, that's how easy it is, guys. We make things hard. We do. Why is there 1 million YouTube training videos on how to do the 3 vital behaviors? Because we make things too hard. You don't need 30,000 different tricks to build your network. You know what you need to do? Show up every day. Show up every day. You don't need 30,000 tricks to get healthy. How many people in here needed 30,000 tricks to get healthy? No, you just needed like 6 little containers. They're color-coded that my kindergartner could understand, right? Stop making things so hard. Everything in this business is so simple. So I hope that whatever level you're at, I gave you something very practical that you can go home and do tonight. Because at the end of the day, it's not about feeling good. Guys, I have 30 other messages in my pocket that I could have gave you that made you feel a lot better. But how many people have successful years because they feel good? Nobody. How many people got healthy? Feeling good man, this just feels great. Man, it feels great to wake up at 5 a.m. and work out. No, it doesn't. It sucks. Gosh, I freaking hate it. That's why I got energized. That's why I got the yellow fingers. Because that makes it a little less painful, right? You want to grow a business? You want to go to the next level? Become intentional. It will not feel good until you wake up one day and you're at the next level. And you've got a new problem. The next level is always worth the pain it took to get there. Jillian Michaels, I know she's not a Beachbody coach, but she says some kind of cool stuff sometimes, right? She says this: people will only change when the pain of the change is less than the pain of where they're at. All of us are in some type of pain today. For 9.5 years, I worked a job detailing cars. I had no paid time off. That's no vacation, no sick time. I had no bonuses, no raises. December, when everyone else is like on a 2-week vacation during Christmas, I was working. I worked on commission, which means I had to bust my tail every single day if I wanted to put money in the bank. And I still barely made enough money to pay our bills. In fact, we came this close to losing our house. Because that barely is only barely enough when nobody has a birthday. I got 3 kids, man. Somebody's always having a birthday. What's up with that? Can we not just have like one day we celebrate everybody's birthday for all the poor people like me? Okay? And so, for 9.5 years, I endured this pain every single day. But around year 8, I found the John Maxwell team. Because I was sick and tired of that pain. For 8 years, I put up with it. I put up with it. I showed up every day, tried to smile. No guarantees, but I try. Try to have a good attitude. Try to be nice, even though there's no recognition. Even though there's no rewards. Even though there's no kudos or pat on the back. And after 8 years, I got sick and tired of that stupid pain. Of taking my debit card and swiping it at the gas station and choosing credit instead of debit. Because if you choose credit, it only charges $1 today. Right? When you only got $2 in your bank account, you better hit the credit button. Let it go negative a few days later. Not today, okay? I just need to get gas in my freaking car so I can get to work. Kids would come home with birthday invitations. This is kind of embarrassing to say, to be honest. And I put them away and hope the kids didn't bring up that birthday. Because I don't got money to buy that kid a present. I'm not about to walk in with my kid with no present. For 8 years, guys, I put up with it. And I finally said, you know what? Starting a business is hard work. It is, guys. And it hurts every single day. Because every single day that I suck at it is a day that I feel like a failure. It's the day that I go to bed at night wondering, what is wrong with me? Why can't I make this work? Everyone else on the John Maxwell team's got gigs all over the place, speaking in front of huge crowds. Like this right here is just like a Monday morning for them. Everyone else is having success with me. What is wrong with me? But I decided that the pain of that change was still better than the pain of being stuck in that other pain for the rest of my life. And you've learned that on your health journey. Some people in here have had some incredible transformations, but you've got to learn it for your business journey. It's gonna hurt, guys. I always say that your business journey is the same emotional battle as your health journey. Like Carl was saying earlier, some people wake up and you want to quit every single day. Why? Because it's hard. It is hard. I lost 2 or 3 hours a day for almost 2 years building my business from scratch. 2 or 3 hours that I could have been playing with my kids. 2 or 3 hours that I could have been hanging out with my wife. 2 or 3 hours, right? But can we all just be honest for a second? If you didn't have a business, it would be 2 or 3 hours you probably watched Netflix. Am I right? Now, we say it's this big sacrifice, but you're really giving up Netflix. You're not giving up your family. And I'm not saying that to be mean. If you love your family, you find ways to make time for your family. So really all I had to lose was Netflix or Xbox. Right? Which felt really hard in the moment. I can't believe I'm sacrificing 2 hours a day. This is so hard. Because it's an emotional battle. You're every single day trying to convince yourself that you can make it happen. That you can be like the people you see on stage. That you can be like the people that you hear every single Monday morning on the National Wake Up Call. But in your head, just like Carl talked about, something is saying, no, you can't. You're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not fun enough, you're not colorful enough, you're not outgoing enough, you're not a good enough leader. Everyone has something in your head saying, you're not enough. I don't believe it. And even though like 90% of me believed it, 10% of me said, let's keep going and find out. What happens if I do have it? Do I really want to spend the rest of my life wondering, what could have happened? Could I be someone on that cruise? Could I be someone on that Monday morning call? Could I be someone on the stage? Could I be that person? Why not? If they can, why not you? And so I want you to ask yourself this today. Why not me? We post it all the time. I bet 90% of you in this room have posted those 3 words. Why not me? I promise you, you become intentional about where you want to go this year. Set a goal. Set a goal that scares the crap out of you. And then go for it. And then just go for it. Become intentional about making it happen. Because I'm telling you right now, having a positive attitude is not going to make it happen. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a positive attitude, because you should. But some people are just like, oh, it'll happen if it happens. No, it won't. It will happen if you freaking make it happen. That's the only way, guys. Hope don't make nothing happen. Hope just keeps you alive long enough to make it happen. Wishing on a magic star don't make it happen. The only thing that makes it happen is you being intentional about making it happen. And here's the last thing I want you to be intentional about. I've probably gone like 3 hours. They have my phone. I don't know what time it is, so I have a great excuse for going too long.
You're good, you're good.
Last thing I want you to be intentional about is this. Getting a mentor. Finding someone that will call you out on your crap. If that's your upline coach, man, get on every team call. Go on every team trip. Find a way to put yourself with them all the time. As often as you possibly can. When I signed up for the John Maxwell team, there's this beautiful thing. We have 2 calls a week, 2 training calls a week. All of them get recorded and go into this file. You guys probably do the same thing with your team page, right? I had access to 2 years worth of calls from John Maxwell and his faculty. Do you know what I did? I stopped listening to music at work, and I listened to 8 hours of calls from John Maxwell and his faculty. Now, not everyone can do that, and I understand that. I'm not saying you to give up your life to do personal development. But you need to find a way to learn from people who know what you don't. And I like to use this example. When I did P90X the very first time, do you want to know how many new moves I learned? Zilch. How many people in here don't know what a standard push-up is and a wide arm push-up? It's kind of obvious. Standard, wide. Narrow. Standard, wide, narrow. Over and over and over. Every once in a while they throw in something tricky. I don't remember what it's called, but the thing where you go up and under and then back. Oh, I hated that one. Gosh, I hated that one. But for the most part, Tony never taught me a single move. I bet Sean T, unless you've done size, I learned a few new moves. I think you could argue whether or not I actually learned the moves, but I was shown new moves. Most of the workout programs you do, you were not taught a single new thing, but you had someone that wouldn't let you do the thing you wanted to do. Because like I would have done standard push-ups, wide push-ups, narrow push-ups, and then been like, that's great. But then Tony had like 4 more rounds, and he was like, take a water break, and I'm like, whew, I'm killing it. And then he's like, let's repeat. And I'm like, repeat? Why? Well, 4, right? How many times have you been, I don't know, doing like Insanity Max 30? How many Sean T people we have in here? Gosh. I swear, one of these days I'm gonna get to punch him. The dude makes me so mad. I hate his workouts. He's a great guy. He can't be my trainer. It just doesn't, it's not working. I don't like him. He makes me do things I hate. But isn't that what makes him a trainer? They make us do things we would have never done on our own. It's not that they really taught us. Come on. I can stand up here and teach for 30 hours on the 3 vital behaviors. You're not going to hear nothing new, guys. But when you get on team calls, someone challenges you to do something you wouldn't have done on your own. You listen to the National Wake Up Call, someone's going to challenge you to do something you wouldn't have done on your own. Why do you need a mentor? Not because we're the smartest people on the planet, guys. Just because we're going to make you do the things you said you wanted to do so that you can get the results that you want to have.
Absolutely.
Please, please, please become intentional about having a mentor. If you don't have a great upline, find someone that does. Just reach out to someone. Hey, I know we're not in the same upline, but I really need some help. If you can't find one, do what I did. I found a mentor from afar before I found John Maxwell. I listened to Lewis House. I listen to his podcast every single day. You don't have to have a great upline to be successful, guys. You just have to be willing to do, like Sagi says, whatever it takes. I have the worst Sagi accent in the world. But everyone that does body use knows exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta do whatever it takes, okay? So make a decision. 2016 is my year. No one's holding me back. No one's stopping me from going where I want to go and doing what I want to do. Do me a huge favor, guys. Find me on Facebook. Obviously, my name is Josh Coates. My like page is Legacy Leadership. And please go to joshuacoates.com. The book should be ready literally by tomorrow morning. I'll get it up on my website. But if you go subscribe to the website right now, as soon as it's ready, you'll get emailed a free copy of my new book. It's called The Mess Before Success. And I talk about the year and 9 months that I spent trying to figure out this business thing. How messy my life was, how bad I sucked, all the different mistakes I made, all the different problems I've had ever since I was a teenager. But I found a way to stick it through the mess until I got to success. I'm still messy. I'm still figuring it out. It's a life journey. But thank you guys so much. Judd, Christy, thank you for having me. Molly, thank you for having me. Thank you guys all.